Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your girl CoCo, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Kiki with CoCo. If you are new to the show, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's about life in general with the emphasis on relationships. I have my friends, family, or guests come on the show, and we kiki about whatever the episode is about that day. So, first off, I want to say happy Valentine's Day. I hope this day for you is filled with love. And I don't necessarily mean just romantic love, just love being all around you from your friends, your family, your parents, like your children. Like, just that your day is filled with love. Because, yes, even though Valentine's Day is geared towards the romantic love, it's still a day nonetheless to celebrate love. So I hope your day is filled with that, whether it is romantic or other types of love. I pray that you have a great day. But we're going to go ahead and get into this week's Drink with CoCo. So I did talk about how I wanted to, I'm trying to lose weight. And so I'm wanting to stay away from drinking like heavily mixed drinks because of the sugar content. So I feel like this week's drink, like it has liquor in it, but the sugar content is not there. So it is a gin and tonic. I started drinking gin and tonics when I lived in England. And I used to think gin was just an old man's drink, but nah, honey, it's for the young too. A gin and tonic will get you right every time. And I mean, if you're not a gin girl, you could do a vodka tonic. Those are cool too, same effect. Minimal calories, no sugar. So go ahead, try it out. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Hashtag Kiki with CoCo, hashtag drink with CoCo. So I know y'all out here trying these drinks. So we're going to go ahead and get into the word on the street this week. And our girl Beyonce has done it again. She has dropped. So today is Wednesday. So I want to say at the Super Bowl, she basically did her Verizon commercial and dropped 2 new country songs. Now, country ain't my vibe. I have never been into country music. I remember when my mother was young and she had a Kenny Rogers tape or something like that. And yes, I said tape. But she had a Kenny Rogers tape. And I was like, what is this? And she was like, I like country. I said, well, we don't listen to that. So, country is not my vibe. So I will say I need to give it more listens. But it reminds me from her, what album was that? I want to say it was the Beyonce album where she, Daddy's Lessons. I think that's what it was. Daddy Lessons. And that was low-key a country song, and I will say it was not I probably didn't listen to that song much. But I think this is, like I said, I have listened to them. I think they are great. It might have been 4. Not 4. Lemonade. Yeah, Daddy Lessons. That was low-key a country song too. So, yeah. I will say the 2 songs are called Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. And it might be more like a country pop. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So it has already hit number 1 and number 2 in the US on the charts and number 4 worldwide. So your girl is like stepping into another lane, but also like, letting us know she is versatile. Like, she is going to get this bag. All the girls is going to be listening. And y'all just need to get on board. So, honestly, for the people out there who upset that she made some country songs or don't want to play her music because she's not the typical country artist, like, screw them. You know what I'm saying? I know people were asking K. Michelle, like, is K. Michelle okay? Because, K. Michelle wanted to, or not wanted to. K. Michelle did make country music or has made country music. And, of course, it didn't hit like this. And shout out and kudos to K Michelle, because K Michelle was like, I'm gonna keep supporting my girl and listening to her music like I've been doing. That don't change the music I have put out. And so I can appreciate that for her versus feeding into the BS and being nasty on the internet like a lot of the girls like to do. So yeah, Beyonce, she did her 1-2, literally. So I am definitely going to give that some more listens, let it grow on me. I know some people were like, felt away when Break My Soul came out, and I was like, it's a bop. Like, because it's house music. But in Chicago, that's what we grew up on, house music. So for me, I was just like, I knew Renaissance was about to be it was about to be busting. It was about to be a good album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never doubted the queen. So, because I'm a part of the Beehive and I'm going to stand. So, like I said, country music may not be my forte, but it's Beyonce. So, I'm going to give it a fair shot. In other news, Usher performed at the Super Bowl. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I have not watched it. Not because I didn't want to, but I'm in Turkey. And the game came on at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I didn't have to be at work until 1 because of what time the Super Bowl was coming on. But, baby, I wasn't about to be up at no 2 o'clock in the morning watching no game. Like, I don't like sports like that. So I wasn't about to be up watching it. And as you can see, this episode is late. Like, I'm literally recording and getting ready to post. No schedule. Post the episode. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I am definitely, I'm going to have to give it a shot. What am I trying to say? I'm going to have to give it I'm going to have to go ahead and YouTube the performance so that I can see it. But just from the highlights that I've seen, the commentary that I've seen, it was the most streamed or most watched halftime show thus far. And, I can imagine it was a good show because Usher is a performer. That's what he does. That's how he grew up, being a performer. So I can imagine that he put on a show. I know everybody was in a tizzy because, him and Alicia Keys sang My Boo. And, he was giving a show. And people was like, not Alicia Keys getting beat up when she get home. But as entertainers, that's what they do. And her husband is in the business. He's an entertainer as well. He knows how this goes. So he did nothing but hype his bestie up, which is what he should have did. Hype your girl up. Don't be a hater. Hype your girl up. And it's Valentine's Day. Hype your girl up. You know what I'm saying? So don't be stingy or feeling a type of way or insecure, because I feel like, especially in the entertainment industry, like, how can you be upset because your person is performing? They're going to make collaborations. There are going to be collaborations that require them to be physical in their performances with each other when they're making the videos. But I will say, these days in the videos, I don't watch many of them, but when I do catch a video, you hardly ever see the people collaborating like that, singing with each other. Like, not singing with each other, but like interacting in the videos. Like, they probably have like the leading man or the leading woman that's gonna be in the video, the love interest. But it's very rare that you see the artist. I'm not gonna say very rare, but I think they're starting to not make the artists be so touchy in videos or whatever, just from what I have observed. And like I said, it's a very skewed point of view because I don't watch videos that much. It'd be very rare. Like, I could be cleaning up or cooking or something and got YouTube on, and so I walk past and see a video. So that is the extent of me watching videos. So it could just be my little glimpse as I'm walking past that I'm catching. But, when you're actually performing the songs in live, like, I could imagine that you're gonna give what the song is giving. If it's a love song, if it's a sexual song, you gonna give that energy to the person that you're singing with. And that's just, I feel like, normal behavior. And for all, like, to me, that just is another example of social media taking something and running with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Swiss Beats is like, look at that dress that she wore, how the train of the dress flowed across the stage, but everybody focused on her, Usher hugging up on her. Like, grow up, people. What are we in high school? I wouldn't even say high school. What are we in middle school? Grow up. So yes, but other than that, from what I heard, Usher's performance was amazing. I'm going to watch it. And also, after the Super Bowl, Usher married his longtime girlfriend. I'm going to mess up her name. Jen Goicoechea. Like I said, that might not be how you say her name, but I sounded it out, and that's what I got. So yeah, they got married, and they've been together 5 years and have 2 children. Congratulations to them. I will give them their congratulations. I hate. But I will go ahead and say it. So when I think about the people that Usher has been involved with, I just don't physically feel some of them match up to who he is. I feel like the only person I have viewed, and I'm not saying any of his women have been ugly, they are just not the women I imagine him to be with. And Chili may have been the one girlfriend that he had that I thought fit his aesthetic. When he married his first wife, I can't remember her name right now, who was actually his stylist at the time that they met, I want to say, or got married or started dating. She was not, like I said, a pretty lady, but not the person I would have imagined him to be with. And over the years, I don't think I have put much stock in the people he has dated, just because I feel like these celebrities be dating new people all the time. And I think I wrote it off when she popped up into the picture. But she is not necessarily someone that I would imagine him to have been with. She strikes me as a bit odd, but that's just me. I don't know that woman from a can of paint, so I can't put too much into what the physical appearance is given or what the aesthetic is given, because I'm not going to say the physical appearance, because like I said, she's not an unattractive woman. She's just not who I imagine him to be with. But congratulations are in order for them, because they did do it. They are apparently in love and making it count. So congratulations to them. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the hot cup of cocoa. This week's hot cup of cocoa, I am kind of just going to talk about how people come into your life or pop back into your life knowing that they have no intentions of doing or being anything to you or with you aside from just here for a short time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, I like in my experience, in my dating experience, I have definitely, gone back to people I have dated in the past, because basically the familiarity that they provide, I already know what I'm getting at. Of course I question, are things going to be different? What type of conversations are we having now in comparison to what we've had before? And ultimately, I can say every day, all day, that, they didn't change or whatever. But I also played a part into why we never progressed to anything further. And honestly, I have moved throughout my dating experience. Like, because of my job, I move all the time. I'm in different places in different parts of the world. And sometimes it's just not feasible for me to be with that person on a consistent basis. And so because I don't have that instant gratification of my person being near me, I fall back, you know? And so it could be a good situation, but if I don't feel like they have the ability to keep up with what I'm doing, like, yeah, I can come back to the States or whatever to make the time for us to be together, but I would also like my person to be able to get to me and to take trips with me, and if we going to do this long distance thing. And sometimes because I felt like I've not gotten that when I have done a boomerang back to people, that's what they call it when I do it. They be like, oh, you like to boomerang. Yeah, I be boomeranging because at least I know what I'm getting over here versus with somebody new, you know? The security blanket of it, just like I said, the familiarity that person gives is why I like to go back or boomerang to people. And so, but like I said, also, if there comes a point in our situation where I don't feel like you can give the time and the financial piece of it to make it be a joint effort, that's where I'd be like, ugh. And sometimes I might not say nothing. I might just disappear, you know, and that's bad on me for ghosting folks, you know. But sometimes it don't even seem like they be concerned that I ghosted. So did it really mean anything anyway, you know? And then another issue that I have come across when I've boomeranged with people is it's been me. It's been me as well. Like just not being real with myself. Like I be fucking off. You know, sometimes I be fucking off sometimes, not all the time. But it just kind of be like, ooh, squirrel. Something else has caught my attention. Unfortunately. Ooh, shiny penny. Like something new has entered the equation. And yeah, I have not been, as much as I have said I want to be in a relationship, or I want to find my person, or I want to be with my person, just being honest with myself, I have not been in a place to receive that. And even when I have dated, like met new people, and it's crazy, like one guy, for instance, and we kind of did a back and forth thing for years. Why? Because of the familiarity of the situation. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, we met in Korea. When we met, we knew we were going to be in England together. So I'm not even going to lie. I thought this was going to be for surefire, like we have an opportunity to actually build something, because we have at least 3 years to make something happen, or 2.5 years to make something happen. And I really should have like let him go when we met. Not when we met, but when I found out like that wasn't the move. But you know, sometimes you get the Kiki and ka too much with your friends, and your friends be egging you on. So me and him had whatever the issue was the first time that we stopped talking. I was just gonna let it be, because I am that type of person. Like, if I feel like somebody is not giving me the energy that I want, like I will fall back, because the thing I don't want to do is do too much. You know what I'm saying? So that happened. Like, whatever the situation was, we just stopped. You know, like stopped hard press. And so my homegirl was like, whatever happened to old boy? And I was like, girl, I don't even know, but I'm good on him. She was like, you don't want to know? And I was like, nah, I don't want to know. But then I got to thinking, like, do I want to know? And so the curiosity killed the cat, and I hit him back up, and we started talking. I was like, you know, I'm just trying to figure out what happened. And he's, whatever the reason was, like, this was so long ago at this point, like, I don't remember like what the issue was and why we stopped talking. But we started back talking after that. And I remember the next time we stopped talking was because he basically said he was not going to put in the effort to see me. Because yes, we were both in Korea, but I was an hour and a half away from him. And so where he lived in Korea, it was like the party town. So I could go up there all the time and hang out with him. But where I lived was in the country, and we was partying, but just not the same type of party, not the club environment partying. And so he was like, he wouldn't come down there to see me. And so I was just like, well, I'm not about to be coming up there all the time. Like, even though there were way more benefits to me going up there, you know, just let's play this joint effort, you know? And he just wasn't giving that. And so we just stopped talking again. And after that, I was like, I'm not fooling with him anymore. So we didn't talk no more while we was in Korea. Get to England, and I got to England a month before he did. And basically, as soon as he got there, he hit me up like, hey, I'm here, you know, whatever. And it was just like, oh, okay, cool. We had decided we were just gonna be friends, you know, that was it, because that seemed to be what we could handle, because we couldn't handle being more than friends. And then a couple months passed. I don't think either of us, or maybe it was just me, I had not met anyone. And it was just like, well, I know him, you know? So we got back together. So we kicking it for a little bit. Something happens. We again stop. And this literally went on for the entire time that we were in England. Like, we would talk for a little bit. We'll go a few months without talking. One of us would pop back up. We would discuss whatever the issue was before and why we had stopped fooling with each other. And it really just, like, if I ask him right now, today, why could you never give us an opportunity to be in a relationship? And his response would be like, it's just not where my focus is. Because he is the true definition of a man who cannot focus on anything until he feels like he has all the other things situated. Like, he got his school out the way. He got for sure income coming in. Like, he's that type of dude. He can't do the relationship thing and the other stuff at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it was literally a waste of 2 years and some change for us to keep doing the back and forth. And so that's where I should have had the discernment at some point to be like, okay, this is not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop wanting something out of this that you know you're not going to get, because we've had the discussions. He's told you that ain't what I'm looking for right now, you know? And so, cool person. But as far as like, could I be in a relationship with him? No. Would I want to be in a relationship with him? I don't know. But no, based on how our situation played, no, I could not be in a relationship with him. I do not want to be in a relationship with him. And so he is a prime example of allowing someone to pop back into your life and have no intention of being anything of substance. So for me, like, I want to, at this point, I know for certain that I want to date with the intent of being married. And so what I will say I have done in the interim about that situation, since I have broken up with my boyfriend back in Georgia, I came to Turkey. And, you know, of course, when you first get to some place, you new and shiny, you know? So somebody is like, ooh, squirrel. Ooh, you new and shiny. What's up? You know, so there were people who were trying to talk to me when I first got here. And one person I allowed to communicate. So this is a new person that has come in my life, you know? Like, I met him after the club type situation, and I really wasn't in the mood. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, I was just at the food place with my friend getting food. I wasn't getting anything. I was just waiting for her. But he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, how you doing? You know, whatever. He's like, where do you work at? And I hate telling people where I work at because they instantly be like, ooh, I got a question. Ooh, I need your help. And so I hate telling people where I work because I knew that's what was going to follow. And so I reluctantly told him where I worked. And he, just like I said, was like, ooh, I need your help. I was like, no, you don't. Not at 3 o'clock in the morning, you don't. You don't need my help. And so he was like, no, I really do. So, you know, he's telling me his situation. And I'm like, okay, cool. Hit me up on Monday during work hours. You know, and I'll figure it out. So helped him with his case, you know, whatever. He's like, hey, I want to, you know, just show you my appreciation. He's like, work is really hectic for me. So I don't really have the time to go out, but I can order us dinner and we can hang out. I'm like, okay, cool. So we did. Now I'm thinking this is just a friendly visit. We're going to have dinner. We're going to have a drink and I'm going to go about my day, you know? And yeah, that was not the case. So, you know, he made his move. And, you know, I politely was like, you know, I'm going to let you get some rest tonight. You know, like, we not doing that. I'm going to go. And I left. And we continued to communicate with each other. You know, we would see each other out and about. So we would communicate then. And, you know, finally I decided, you know, I would go ahead and give the green light. But in the same token, I felt like a conversation needed to be had because I am of the I'm going to be upfront about what it is I'm looking for. And if you can't fulfill that requirement, like, let me know now so we not go down this road. And so basically I just told him, like, I'm not looking to just mess around with somebody. You know, I would like for this to grow into something. I'm not saying we got to be like, oh, we together today. But I would like to know that the intent to be more than just the right now is there. And it was kind of like agreed upon. But then, you know, afterwards, that just wasn't the case. He ghosted me. And so after that, I was kind of just like, you know, I don't think I can, like, this ain't the environment where you could just be moving around like that. So it was kind of one of those things where it was just like, all right, cool, it happened. Like, moving forward, I'm just not doing anything. Pretty much, I basically said I was going to work on my relationship with God and allow him just work on that. Not be focused on no man. Focus on the things I need to, like school. You know, I have finished a class since I've been here. I'm in a class right now. We're going to see how this go because, baby, when I tell you, they work me hard at work. They work me hard. And when I get off from work, I'll be like, school, ooh, not today. But I am, since it's a 4-day weekend for me this weekend, I am going to try to get all of my schoolwork done, not at the last minute. So maybe tomorrow night I'll do some homework. But yeah, so I basically just told God, like, I'm not messing with nobody. I'm not fooling with nobody. Like, I just want to work on my relationship with God. Started the Bible study, like literally just doing all the things that would fill my time positively and not negatively with foolishness, you know, with things that are going to mean nothing at the end of the day. And so I made that decision. And I will say things have been going really well since my focus has been removed from dating. And that's not to say that I'm not dating. But I feel like I have done, and I'm not done. Like, I'm still working on my relationship with God. I'm still getting into the word. Like, you know, I'm a part of, so like, it's so crazy. Like, I've said this before, but a lot of my friends are getting into the realm of wanting to know God better. And so I'm in groups where people are constantly like, you know, just text groups. And they are constantly putting Bible quotes, doing devotionals in those group chats. Unfortunately, like there is a virtual Bible study that they do on Monday nights that I'm unable to attend because it's happening at like 2:00 in the morning my time. But I am reading the devotionals and the scriptures that they're posting. I have in the actual Bible study group that I have here. We post scriptures and we actually physically meet up and discuss biblical things and just applying the things that are going on in our lives with the word. And like I said, I'm still doing the work regardless of, I think what is happening is that I am allowing God to clear my table. And I'm getting this quote or these words specifically right now from this TikToker, social media influencer girl. Her name is Talitha Jane. And that's like her saying this is what gave me the idea to do this episode. But basically she was saying she is allowing God to clear her table so that when the right man comes along, the dinner is going to be prepared. And I definitely feel like that is what I am allowing God to do in my life right now, is just clear my table so that the man that is meant to be my man, my husband, is the table is prepared when he gets there. So when he arrives. And so that has been my focus. My focus has not been on men dating. It's literally been the progression for my good, and whatever comes from that labor is what God has in store for me. So when I talk about, people coming back into your life, or even new people coming into your life knowing that they don't have intentions on doing anything, it's us as well, like me, myself included, having the discernment to be like, no, I'm good. Like setting those boundaries, letting it be known, like, I get, like, it's so much conflicting information out there about how you should be dating. You should be upfront about telling folks that, be upfront with folks, like, I am looking for something serious, and if you can't fit the bill, like, keep it pushing. Then there's some people be like, just go with the flow. I'm not going with no flow. My anxiety can't allow me to go with the flow. That's my problem. Like I don't work well in uncertainty. So what I need to know up front, what are your intentions? I can't be waiting. I can't be, because I have done that. Like, I have gone with the flow and got nothing in return from people. So for me, like, going with the flow is not where I'm at. So if you can't handle that I'm upfront with what I'm looking for or what I want, like, that's fine if you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Leave me the fuck alone. Don't be bothering me. Because what I be doing is minding my own black ass business. And so for you to come over here and disturb my peace, knowing that you got nothing to give or provide, keep it pushing. I got nothing for you. And if you ain't got shit for me, I ain't got shit for you. And that's just how it is. That's how I feel when it comes to dating. Like, I get, like, people are like, you too up front. Oh well. The man that's meant to be for me is gonna be okay with that. Because I don't work well in uncertainty. Like that gray area, I don't do well there. So yeah, if you can't, I can work in a gray area if I know we working towards something. But if I'm in a gray area and you ain't giving me shit to say it's gonna be black and white, leave me alone. Don't bother me. Cause why? I'm over here minding my black ass business. Leave me alone. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, just really using discernment to set boundaries, to set the standards, to keep away the ones that don't need to be in the picture, you know, and like I said, allowing God to clear the table, because the man that's meant for me, he is in the vicinity. Want y'all to know that. So, yeah, the man God has for me is in the vicinity. More to come on that. But, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And so, I hope this gave y'all a little bit more insight into where I am right now, how I have gotten to this place, and feeling very comfortable in the decision that I have made to focus my relationship solely on God and not other external factors, not relying on my own devices to try and find me a man. And that has been my problem. Like, I've been looking, but knowing that I don't or was not in a place to receive what I was asking or looking for. Allowing people to come back into my life when it really should have ended where it was, you know? So I hope these two little instances of what I have encountered, some of the things I have encountered in my life, helps some of y'all navigate through these uncertain or these gray areas. So, yeah, that is going to wrap it up for the hot cup of cocoa this week. And then something new that I wanted to implement into the show is kind of like a questions that need answers. So I'm not asking y'all to send me letters or questions or whatever, because y'all don't. But what I am going to do is, I know all of y'all see social media. Y'all see the craziness that they post on social media. And so I kind of want to do like some of the questions that they ask on social media and just give my answer to those questions or my take on those questions. So this week's questions that need answers, someone asked if it's wrong to cancel the B-Day trip with their friends to go on a B-Day trip with just her man. So I guess for me, it would be, how far in advance are you canceling this trip? Because I don't see nothing wrong with you being like, oh, I didn't know my man was going to plan something for me and he already booked it type deal. Hopefully y'all got trip protection so that people can get their money back. You know what I'm saying? But if the trip non-refundable or y'all like a week away from the trip, you might have to be like, baby, we may need to reschedule because I had already planned this. We already paid for the trip. It's non-refundable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's inconsiderate to cancel your trip and your friends paid their money. And in today's economy, you can't be playing with people's money like that. People work too hard for you to just kind of be like, yeah, friend, my man gonna take me, so we gonna cancel. So like I said, if the trip is refundable, cool, go ahead and cancel. Y'all, I wouldn't be mad, honestly, because that's money back in my pocket. You know, enjoy your time with your man. I'm not gonna be no hater. Enjoy your time with your man. But if the trip is not refundable, baby, we going. Your man gonna have to book another trip. He gonna have to do something different because we going on this one. So I have two different answers depending on if the trip is refundable or not. If it's refundable all day, every day, y'all can plan something else. If it's not refundable at whatever point that you trying to cancel it, or maybe you was dumb and didn't get no trip protection, joke on you. But we going on this trip, friend. We're going on this trip. We paid our money. So, yeah, I definitely think that if you book the trip with your friends and your man decided at the last minute he wanted to be like, oh, surprise. It's just like, but I would think if you planned a trip with your friends that you would have told your man this trip was planned. So either way, it's inconsiderate. Somebody is not being taken into consideration. And them friends is the ones that's not being taken into consideration. Because, like I said, if the trip is refundable, cool, cancel, go on the trip with your man. The trip ain't refundable, your man just asked out because your friends already paid their money. You know, like you like all the friend, like most times in the friend groups, everybody ain't got money. So if you had one friend that like save to go on this trip, like don't do your friend like that. Like go ahead, take the trip, and you and your man can do something else. Take another trip the following month or however your time off from work. You know what I'm saying? Because the way my time at work is set up, if I take a trip I mean, if I really wanted to, I could take the time off. But just being considerate of my team, I'm not going to take leave more than, or try not to take more than 2 weeks of leave at a time. I honestly don't want to take that much time off from work. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like, and it could low key. I'm not going to say I'm a workaholic, but I feel guilty about not being at work. I feel guilty about not being at work on time. I feel guilty if I leave work early. Like, I do these things, but that don't mean it's without guilt. Like, I feel guilty when I am not at work. Like, if I'm just sitting at home, like sometimes I can have an appointment at home. Like, somebody got a maintenance person got to come to the house and do something, and I had to be at home during that time. Do y'all know I be sitting in this house like, work, what's going on at work, what are they saying at work? You know, like it probably give me some type of anxiety. I think just not knowing if something is going left without me being there. But, and it's not that I don't trust my team, it's a me thing. But yeah, so I would be considerate of my team at work and just telling my man like, yo, can we push this trip to the next month? And, you know, it could still be my birthday trip. Like, and hopefully he's understanding and, you know, it works out. But my two answers is if it's refundable, go on the trip with your man. If it's not, go on the trip with your friends. So, yeah. Let me know what y'all think about the questions that need answers. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And until next time, bye.